the rich history of the super amazing sport to the more than reasonable concerns with the ethics of Saudi sports, this is how Saudi Arabia can save heavyweight boxing. Heavyweight boxing used to be the absolute peak of combat sports. The champion of the heavyweight division in boxing was the toughest man on the planet, and there was no arguing that. The likes of Joe Frazier, George Foreman, Mike Tyson, and Muhammad Ali were titans of the sport, all household names around the world. But nowadays, it's a little different. The heavyweight division isn't even a shell of its old self. It's a different thing altogether. There's no one reason you can say this happened. It was a gradual decline. A decrease in the quality of boxing is the main culprit. The likes of Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier combined insane athleticism with unmatched technical mastery, which resulted in the best era of boxing we've ever seen. Not only have the boxers gotten worse, the quality of the characters in boxing has also dipped massively. For example, back in the day, Muhammad Ali wasn't just a beast in the ring. He was the most entertaining man in all of sports with a mic in front of him. Boxers these days lack the charisma and the personality of someone like Ali, and the sport of boxing has suffered for it. Other than this, the lack of investment and poor marketing of the sport by the governing bodies also played a huge part in the decline of the heavyweight division. And so, what was once the pride of combat sports is now fighting for relevance, and boxing fans thought their sport was done for. Enter Saudi Arabia. For a while now, Saudi Arabia has been looking to become major players in the world of professional sports. This was obvious by the amount of money they threw at football players to join their Saudi Pro League. And these weren't fringe players either. We're talking about the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo and Karim Benzema, renowned legends of their sport. And resurrecting the heavyweight division of boxing is an excellent way to guarantee to get eyes onto the Saudi market. Skill Challenge Entertainment is Saudi Arabia's boxing competition and is all about aligning with Saudi Arabia's ambitious Vision 2030 campaign. This campaign aims to diversify the Saudi economy, reduce dependence on oil, and boost tourism. And what better way to do that than by bringing in some top-tier boxing action? Of course, when the Saudis say they're willing to pay for something, they're willing to pay big. Heck, they dished out a mind-boggling $80 million just to host the rematch between Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk, and have offered much more to host a tournament, but more on that later. So it's pretty obvious to boxing fans that Saudi Arabia is willing to pay, and pay absolutely ridiculous amounts in order to convince the biggest names in the heavyweight division to travel to Saudi Arabia and box for them. And it seems to be working, because on the surface, Saudi isn't the most attractive destination for boxing. After all, it's a hot climate that no one wants to pick for their summer vacation. They also have a pretty conservative culture, one that often goes against the norms of the West. But money talks, and it's speaking all the right words for boxing. They've shown they're looking to invest in the best boxers and work with the people in charge of the sport. Speaking of the best boxers of the last generation, fans argue that Tyson Fury is the only one that truly has what the heavyweight division is supposed to be. After his victory over Derek Chisora, and with a basically perfect record, with one draw against Deontay Wilder, fans thought that he might be retiring for good, especially since he had come out of retirement to fight Chisora. However, he has admitted that he would be willing to fight in Saudi Arabia. And with the amount of Saudi is willing to shell out, who wouldn't? The main match that has been teased is a showdown between arguably the two best heavyweights in the world, Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk. It's a matchup that has boxing enthusiasts buzzing with anticipation. Both Fury and Usyk are undefeated champions with impressive skills and records. Fury is taller, heavier, and has a more extended reach than Usyk. Still, Usyk is faster, more agile, and has better footwork. Fury is known for his power, resilience, and unpredictability, while Usyk is known for his intelligence, technique, and stamina. Usyk is yet to suffer his first loss. It would be a clash of styles and a test of wills between two of the best heavyweights in history. Deontay Wilder is another one of the best boxers in the heavyweight division. He has also talked about his desire to box in Saudi Arabia. Specifically, he wants that fight with Anthony Joshua. This matters because this is a fight that fans have been dying to see for years. The hype around the matchup started when both men were undefeated. Since then, both have suffered multiple defeats, and their matchup would be captivating. A match between them would be an extremely exciting one, because both fighters are known for their power and athleticism. Wilder is known for his freakish knockout power, with all except one of 43 career wins coming by way of knockout. Anthony Joshua, with a record of 25 wins and 3 losses, is also known for his power, but also has the speed to go with it. And while he doesn't have the raw power that Deontay Wilder does, he is clearly the more technically sound boxer, which would make this one a boxing match for the ages. The two fighters have been on a collision course for years now, but have yet to face each other in the ring. The fact that Saudi Arabia might be the one that actually pulls this fight off should show any doubters just how serious they are. Just ask Simon Jordan. Ever the businessman, Simon Jordan has talked about the possibility of an insane boxing tournament in Saudi Arabia. How insane? Well, according to rumors, the tournament will consist of Alexander Usyk, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, and Tyson Fury. That lineup alone is enough to rack all the boxing fans in the audience in an instant. But the payout is even crazier because it's reported that it would be $300 million. With that money and those fighters, such a tournament alone would by itself be enough to bring back a lot of attention to the sport of boxing. Alexander Usyk has inked a multiple fight contract with Skill Challenge Entertainment in perhaps the biggest win for Saudi boxing yet, founded by none other than His Highness Prince Khalid bin Salman Al Saud, the son of King Salman and the Minister of Defense. This promotional company has already made quite a splash in the Middle East by staging major boxing events. Remember Anthony Joshua's rematch with Andy Ruiz Jr. in 2019? Yep, that was Skill Challenge Entertainment. They were also behind Joshua's recent loss to Usyk. When asked about his new partnership with Skill Challenge Entertainment, Usyk couldn't contain his excitement. He expressed happiness in joining forces with them, praising their professionalism and vision. He also mentioned how much he's looking forward to fighting in Saudi Arabia again, where he has a massive fan base, but no need to book tickets just yet. As of right now, even though seemingly all the fighters involved are interested, the possibility of Usyk and Tyson Fury fighting in 2023 is no more. This gut-wrenching news comes straight from the mouth of Frank Warren, Tyson Fury's co-promoter in the UK. According to him, a Tyson Fury fight will be announced, and it will be a game changer, but it's not the Usyk fight. Still, we might have a chance, since he did not rule out the possibility of a Usyk-Fury fight in the future. In fact, he was actually very supportive of the idea, but stated that it wasn't right for them at the moment. However, not everyone is on board with Saudi Arabia's involvement in sports. Some critics argue that the country is using these events to improve its image and divert attention from alleged human rights abuses. They are of the opinion that Saudi Arabia should be boycotted and that these major sports should not be so eager to move over there, citing ethical concerns as the reason. Similar concerns were raised when it was announced that Qatar would be hosting the 2022 FIFA World Cup. The issue stems mainly from how Saudi companies treat their workers, as well as the reports of the barbaric enforcement of their laws. Amnesty International has even called on boxers to speak out on these issues. It's a complex situation, and athletes must raise their voices and highlight important matters. But as it stands, the future of heavyweight boxing lies with Saudi Arabia. Whether this tactic can actually revive the sport, or if it's just another splash of money destined to fail, it's anyone's guess, and how it plays out remains to be seen. From the ethical concerns about the practices of the Saudi Arabian government to the lost glory days of the super amazing sport, this was how Saudi Arabia can save heavyweight boxing.